Hello everybody, my name's Glenn Boddice, a spiritual medium, and this
I'm
is
Christina Lamagna, and I'm also a spiritual medium and psychic.
And you join us here live today. We're in Lincolnshire. We're just outside of a disused building called Nettleham Hall, and we thought we'd just tune in and see what we can pick up with the energies. Obviously, as you can see, what I'll do is I'll flip the camera around so you can have a good look. And as you can see, it's all sort of gated off, so out of respect we don't want to breach this gating. And looking at the building, it's in disrepair, so I think it would be for our benefit as well not to go in there because of unsafe masonry and flooring and things of that nature. But oh, hi Megan, let me just flip the camera around, you can see us. Hi Megan.
Hiya.
Hope you're well.
You're right.
Yes, yeah, you would have been very welcome. In fact, we're going to see your mum later at the pub, and we're doing a bit of a thing there, so that should be interesting. But yeah, what we'll do now then is we'll both tune in to the energies, and we'll just relay exactly what we're picking up. And so okay, I'm just going to do that. In my mind's eye, I've just seen a well-to-do gentleman with a 12-bore shotgun, double-barrelled. He's wearing the tweed. And
now after and I've just seen a maid. I believe that this was the maid quarters, the back end of a house. They were very wealthy people, and they had many staff. Do you think we've got a couple with us from all classes? I
feel, as you've spoken there, I just feel sick to the stomach, and it feels like something untoward's happened here. I feel as though a beating that led to a death, and something was covered up, and I've just been told bludgeoned, and they've just shown me a log, so I feel someone's been hit over the head.
I feel it was actually a servant who was brutally attacked by the hierarchy in the house, because he did something that he wasn't allowed to do or meant to do. I'm feeling food, bread. He was eating bread and he got caught stealing some bread. He was hungry, but he got more than just a telling off, and then it was covered up, absolutely.
I also sense, I don't know about you, but I feel as though there was another cover up here, something to do with the higher gentry, and something to do with the sexuality, being gay but having it undercover.
Absolutely.
And something to do with the groundsmen, with the ground staff, I feel as well. And I feel as though this gentleman was married. I'm feeling the name of Edward. Now I don't know if that's a surname or if it's the first name.
Harold, I'm getting Harold. I keep looking at this top room here.
Let me just flip the camera so we can all see.
I just keep looking at this top room here. I almost feel like this was a room that the gentleman actually took, the groundsman, and I'm getting a very oppressed feeling, and it's not a very nice feeling, so I don't absolutely think it was consensual. In
like male rape sort of thing,
right, It wasn't consensual. Very feeling heavy oppression. I feel like he took him to that room because it was a part of the house that was away from the main house. I do feel this was the sort of the servants' quarters, but I just keep looking at that window, but I definitely feel, it was rape, but multiple times.
Do you also get the sense, the room that I'm pointing the camera in straight at the moment, I feel like smoke like a gentleman's room in there, because my lungs are filling up with thick smoke, and it's more than just cigarette smoke.
It's very heavy, isn't it?
I mean, I don't smoke myself, but yeah, it's very heavy on the chest.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
an old boy's room, because I'm seeing like the brandies as well. And I know that might sound a little bit stereotypical to everybody that's watching this, but
like a little makeshift bar in there in
Yeah.
some way, some form of recreation tables, possibly a piano. And I feel like that would have been a window up there, you know, just above that back wall.
Okay.
I wonder if and it's been sealed off, hasn't it? I almost feel like it was a viewing, an observation window to actually watch the people in the house, this part of the house, enjoying themselves. I feel like this was for the servants, what we classed as servants. It was their quarters to enjoy their life, because of course they didn't really get much. And I feel like that boarded up little window there was where they were being observed by the gentry of the house to make sure they weren't doing anything out of line.
I don't know about you, but I'm just going to flip the camera around. Right at the top there's like a gable.
There is, yeah, absolutely.
And my attention was drawn to that, and I just feel as though, I don't feel as though they did it, but I just feel as though someone would have sat on there and contemplated jumping off,
yeah,
but they didn't.
Absolutely.
And it was something to do, I feel it was the gentleman who received the male rape there.
So do I.
And he was talked down by one of the female staff. And I feel not long after, he was ushered out in the twilight hours by one of these female staff to a safe haven. And I'm just seeing a train with this gentleman, so I feel as though he wasn't relocated.
He wasn't very old either, was he?
I would say 18, 19.
He wasn't very old
Slip
either,
of a boy, I want to say.
And I feel that the man that inflicted it on him was least mid to late 40s. He was
seen a moustache on this gentleman, greying with the facial hair as well.
And then a parting, very dark hair that was greying, a very severe parting to the side.
Do you see it wavy?
Yeah,
it
curls up.
Yeah, it's slapped back, isn't it? Yeah, that's right.
It curls up by the ears, absolutely.
Something to do with a...
he had a pipe, he quite often had a pipe.
I'm seeing like is it a neckerchief with him?
And a fob watch.
Yeah.
A fob watch. And a monocle, which you sometimes use, not all the time.
I feel though he did a lot of travelling, because I'm seeing trains with this gentleman as well. Trips to London, I want to say.
He was a very travelled man. I also think he went to Africa. He went on safaris as well. He was very well to do in the hunting circles.
Yeah.
So he already had that victim sort of brutality mentality within, because he'd kill innocent animals. He had no
value for life.
No, none at all. So.
I feel that's where, I know we shouldn't say this, but the homosexuality tendencies came from, because I'm seeing young black boys being taken to one side, and their life wasn't worth anything as far as he was concerned.
They were disposable, weren't they? They were absolutely disposable.
I feel as though throats were slit, and I'm just seeing a river of some kind, and they were kind of dumped in the river there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Plantation, I've just heard. Yeah. Plantation. Is it rubber? Rubber plantation, is it?
I can see it, but I'm not sure if it's a big green plant.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Could be the sugar beet, the sugar cane, or something like that.
It's one of the two, isn't it? I almost feel like he was ushered out of where he was living overseas, because he brutally murdered quite a few young boys.
Got too close.
And he got too close, and he nearly got caught out. So he came back here. I feel like this was his family home that he came back to. And it was generations and generations.
I don't know why I'm getting Lady Mary, so I don't know if there is a connection with, maybe we need to do some research with that.
Yeah, I feel Mary would either be his mother or his grandmother.
Okay.
It's possible that quite a few generations lived in this house. I feel a lot of different age ranges.
I'm also sensing a man in his... Show me again. He's got brown hair, but I feel he's in his sort of mid to late 50s. And I'm just seeing him rubbing his eyes constantly, and I feel as though he had flare back with gunpowder. It like had a kickback, and the powder went in his eyes and scorched his eyes, and I feel as though he could see, but it wasn't sharp 20/20 vision. It was like he had like dirty glasses on, if you know what I mean.
I'm also seeing another gentleman, an older gentleman, in an old-fashioned wheelchair.
Okay, the wicker basket type things.
That's right. And he was being pushed out by one of the servants to sit in this area. He was quite a down-to-earth gentleman. He was actually quite nice in comparison to the other energy we felt. And I think he preferred to be this side of the house as opposed to the other side.
Are you seeing with him as well? He's got like one of these blankets over his legs.
Absolutely, yeah, he has, yeah.
But I feel as though, do they call them white fivers? I'm wanting to go right back in time. The big, massive pieces of paper, which would be equivalent to £5.
Yeah.
Quite a decent sum of money back in the day. And I just feel as though some of his favourite servants, he would hand them over.
They would, yeah,
because
absolutely.
sooner they have the money than, I'm being told, the heir.
I feel like the heir is the man
that's caused the issues.
Exactly. This man's humble. He's very, very nice. I do feel he served in a war. He was a war hero, possibly how he lost the use of his legs.
Okay, I'm going to flip around so everyone can see exactly where we are. So again, for those that have just tuned in, we're in Lincolnshire and we're in Nettleham Hall, and this is the first time we've actually been here, and we just felt inspired to make an evening of it, of 3 different paranormal locations, this being the first one of the evening. And from here we're going to be moving over to Louth, and so you're going to be receiving lots of live videos this evening. But what we'll do, I think, if we can have a quick walk around the perimeter, just so everyone can see, and we might actually be able to pick some more things up as we move. So yeah, apologies for the wind if you're hearing it. It's not me, it's not Christina. And we've got a special mic that should eliminate wind. It's a Windies mic, and so hopefully it's not picking it up. But yeah, we're having to duck and dive under trees and cobwebs. And so now you're getting a shot of the side of the property. And I feel as though many people have been here, you know, like we're doing. We're just having a look round. But we've just got that responsible attitude that we're not actually going to go in there, because we can get what we need to by just tuning in. So I think when we find a clearing in a minute, we'll see what we can pick up from this perspective. So yeah, that's quite interesting there.
I know, this is beautiful.
So I'm going to flip the camera around on us, and so
absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
there's a different energy with this actually.
It's a lighter energy around here.
Yeah.
Almost carefree energy.
I'm still getting a tense feeling around the solar plexus, so I do feel there is a level of negative energy still present here.
I think that's residual in the whole building.
Yeah.
I feel like this was where the children came to play, the children of the house. I feel like here, it feels like a nursery to me, almost like a nursery.
Oh, show everyone
the way
where
the windows and everything, it's just got a more childlike feel to it, the energy of this building on this side.
I'm picking up an orangery as well, so
absolutely.
I don't know if there was one here, but I've just
quite possibly,
saw like plants and things of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, as we can see, it's overrun at the moment, but back in the day,
it was probably beautiful, absolutely magnificent back in the day.
In fact, I'm going to ask my guide, see if they'll show me in my mind's eye what it did used to look like. I'll flip it round and see if they'll relay any information.
Heavy glass, it was beautiful.
Always an issue with the roof. I mean, there's not one on there now, but when there was one, I feel as though they were. I'm seeing like bedpans and things catching drips and drops. Something to do with the lead flashing. What's this? I feel as though the gentleman who we spoke of earlier, that was quite cruel, I feel as though when he was a young child, it kind of started from there, because I'm seeing him mistreating animals, and I've just seen him with frogs and hitting them with sticks and flinging them on a stick.
Stones.
Yeah, and I feel as though he had no regard for anything, and he'd kick dogs, and he'd be this sort of an angry...
He wasn't a nice child.
No. I'm asking why. Why was this the case? He saw something he shouldn't have done. And I'm just seeing a woman and being held by the throat. And I feel it was a sense of discord. A marital discord, I'm being told. And I feel as though this woman wasn't killed, but she was restrained, and she had her throat held to the point where her face was quite blue. She was losing oxygen. But then...
I also feel, it sounds awful, but
Yeah.
it's this nasty sexual vibe in that sense at the same time as well, which I feel is possibly where he's got that from, because he's witnessed that and thinks that's the way to go as a very small child.
So I'll flip the camera around, so again you can have a good view. And so what we're doing, everyone, at the moment, we're not going into the property, we're just linking in to the residual energy that's here, and we're just relaying exactly what we're picking up. And at the moment we haven't had any direct spiritual communication. It's just basically been on the residual energy that's here, but it does tell a lot of stories. And my head, having said that, we haven't received any spiritual communication, my head is feeling as though it's being squashed and there's a pressure being put on. So
solar plexus, definitely.
I am aware that there is a gentleman with riding boots on that's standing right behind me, that's not very impressed about us being here and sharing this
Red. It's got red on his trousers.
breaches. I just heard the term breaches. He's not very impressed that we're sharing his family heritage story.
No, not at
He
all.
wanted it dead and buried with them.
He did.
But I'm also seeing scrolls of paper, and I feel as though they... Oh, excuse me. Yeah, my guts are going. Apologies, everyone. It's just the energy here. If you hear me do a little trumpy, it's not me, it's spirit.
And that's what he's telling you.
Yeah, it's my tea. But yes, I'm just seeing a scroll of paper, and I feel as though this family actually, I don't know how they did it, but they kind of stole property of people in a way, in a legal fashion, if that makes sense.
I just overcome with emotion all of a sudden. I could
Like-
just literally cry.
Like the land bearers, and they used to rent property. Well, I feel originally they didn't own the property, and then they cajoled the people that did into signing a contract to get them out, and then they would lease the property. And so they was making money off of something that wasn't initially theirs. You okay? You picking up on the vibes?
Yeah, I feel like I just want to cry. I'm kind of seeing the gentleman as he was, but I'm also seeing him as a little boy, and he's crying and he's saying, "I'm sorry, mister, I'm sorry." And he'd walked in and seen what was happening, and he ran away, and he was scared, and he was frightened, and he was crying. So I think deep down, even as an adult, he regretted the past.
Yeah.
But I just want to cry.
Do you know, now you've said that, that tight sensation of negativity is gone around my solar plexus, and I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a sense of peace. And obviously with you expressing that emotion physically, I've just been told that has ended the curse. You've like lifted that energy, and can you feel it? Feels
it's lifted now.
calmer here, doesn't it?
And I'm not feeling, I don't want to cry now. He just came on all of a sudden, he was
Yeah.
talking, and then I just thought, I just need to cry. And then as he was talking, I just I was zoned out. I couldn't focus on anything other than what I was seeing in my mind's eye and what I was hearing.
Oh, we got a few tall bloke next What does that say? I can't read it.
Tall bloke next
Near
to
you.
That's Dennis. Hi Dennis.
Hi
you
Dennis,
alright?
hope you're well.
Hiya.
Thanks for tuning in, we really appreciate it. Just tell us all,
Yeah.
if we're boring the pants off you, you know, please tell us.
Yeah, we have got the tall guy next to us, Dennis. So that's the guy that we've been.
Yeah, he was wearing like riding boots and red breeches, with a moustache, and he had like a party, like you said.
I do feel though that he feels like he's repented because he's opened up to somebody about what happened to both of us. To be fair.
Yeah.
So at least
I'm seeing a doorway of light opening up in. I'm going to flip the camera around.
I think he's going to go.
If you can see where my finger is, everybody, in the middle there, I'm just seeing a doorway of light come from nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm seeing this gentleman with the riding boots on, walking towards it.
He's going to walk towards the light, and he's going to leave.
So I feel
he's about to pass back over, walk into the light.
In a way, we was inspired and meant to be here.
Yeah, we were, to help him.
Not only has he shared his story with us, but obviously we've shared it with you guys and whoever is going to watch this stream. So yeah, he's relinquished that energy.
Yeah, he has. And I can see him, he's just about to go through.
Okay, let me flip it around again.
He's just about to go through.
I've just heard that the gentleman that we was describing earlier in the wheelchair laughing his socks off, and pardon my language everybody, but he's saying, ha ha ha, you silly bastard. And he's saying like that, and he's pointing to this doorway and he's laughing, and I just feel the way why he has said that is because this gentleman, he hasn't been able to move on, and he had the fear that he was going to be judged and you know, had to repent in some form for his sins.
I feel he believed that he was going to go to hell.
He believed that.
He believed
yeah,
that.
Yeah, it was the way.
The upbringing he had.
Yeah.
It was good and bad. There was no grey area. There was no actual spiritual teaching then, was there? Unfortunately, a lot of people did believe that there was a hell.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, that's not the case now. But you know, back then, I feel that he did, and he didn't want to pass over because he didn't know where he was going, because he'd not lived a good life really. His intentions wasn't good, but he had a good soul. Originally did have a good soul, because I felt pure. It was pure sorrow, absolute pure sorrow, and he was repenting.
Forgive my ignorance, but is distemper something that rabbits got?
Dogs get it.
Is it? Oh right.
You see, I told you
I was ignorant.
Dogs can.
I was just hearing that word, so whether there was a case of that on these grounds, I don't know.
Possibly.
But I think
I do feel there's hunting around here anyway.
If we can have a walk around the perimeter, if we can get round, we'll try and show you as much as we can. And again, it helps us to tune into the different frequencies here and see if we can pick anything else up. So I'll try and be as steady as I can with this camera. Ooh. Hear music in the background. Yeah, so I'm thinking we might need to wrap this up in a minute, because there might be others like us Wallies coming. So yeah, anyway, I think we'll call this video an end now, but thank you all for watching.
And watching and being with us while we witnessed that, someone going to the light.
Yep.
We were really, really glad that we came here. We was obviously guided to.
It was a beautiful feeling.
The tortured soul is now within the light, and you know, repented of all his wrongdoings, and that's pretty beautiful.
So if you all stay tuned, like I say, we've got 2 more locations to go to this evening, so there might be more than 2 or 3 more videos that are coming up. So yeah, by all means put your comments on. We'll interact with you as much as we can. If you see anything, hear anything, let us know in that way, or if you want us to go in a particular area of the locations that we're going to, then again let us know and we'll be happy to oblige. But for now, we will see you later.
Bye.
Take care, bye.
Bye.